Hi guys, welcome to the new podcast, the MCU Podcast. I am going to be hosting this podcast with my cousin Sebastian.
Hi.
We're big MCU fans, and on this podcast we're going to be reviewing, ranking the Marvel films. We're going to be doing theories. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff on this podcast. And we're just going to be showing our passion and love for the MCU in general.
Yeah. So, we're starting it off with rankings?
Yeah, we can do the ranking.
Oh no, actually, we should start with Iron Man 1.
Yep, we can start with Iron Man 1.
So we're going to start it off with Iron Man 1, which I actually think is one of the best MCU films ever made. Because, well, I like Iron Man. Iron Man's cool. But, he's literally fighting his boss, who tried to lock him in a terrorist camp and tried to kill him because he wanted a smaller arc reactor. The bigger arc reactor would have made more energy. Either way. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. And so good.
Yeah, so Iron Man 1 I've given around a 6 out of 10. A 3 out of 5 stars. I think that it's a good movie, but I think because I have seen and know where the MCU goes, it's not that it's dated, but I think that the MCU movies become more rewatchable as they go along than the first Iron Man.
As for me, before Iron Man 1, I had only watched the Guardians and the Spider-Man, so I didn't really know I haven't really watched that many, but I loved Iron Man 1.
Yes.
And it was like, I love the bit when he literally was thrown into the bus, or was he was thrown into the bus.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it was a bus,
He was thrown into the bus.
Yeah.
That was just so funny. And also the bit where he destroys the giant arc reactor and then it explodes a second time and it's just like, what? It's not a double bombing bomb. Those things don't exist.
Yeah, no, I think that the thing that ruins this movie for me, and even it's not that big of a thing, I think that the villain is not weak, but I think that there are better villains than Ironmonger.
Ironmonger? Is that his actual name?
Yeah.
I mean, they never really tell you the names.
Yeah, no, they only tell you, oh my god, I forgot the actual guy's name. I know Jeff Bridges is the actor, but I forgot what the actual character is called. But, no, so, the actual character, I think, is one of the more weaker villains. And Marvel has this habit, from Phase 1 to... except for Loki, from Iron Man to a certain point, they have a whole thing of killing off their villains. So they kill off... To me, they get better with their villains, but also there are some weak villains like Ronan and Malekith and...
I do not know those people. Where they're from.
Well, Ronan's from the first Guardians.
Oh,
the dude
Ronan,
with the hammer. I think that
yes.
he's a not memorable villain at all.
That's why I can't remember him.
And that
what
drags...
What did he do again?
He wants he gets the Power Stone and puts it in the hammer thing.
Is that the Collector?
No, so he gets the Power Stone off the Collector because Peter Quill has it.
Yeah.
But then Gamora and Peter Quill are fighting over, and then that's how you get that team assembled. And then somehow, again, it's been a while since I watched the first games, but they've...
Yeah, me too.
But somehow he gets it and he puts it in his hammer, and that's how... Something about putting it in the hammer makes him stronger. And again, that plot is very forgettable. But that's why I don't really like the first Guardians.
I'm going to give the Iron Man 1... Iron Man 1, I will say the villain is a bit weak. And the way he kind of dies isn't that cool. It's not like a big battle scene.
Yeah.
All it is him flying up and then freezing off and shutting down. Which is just
and he doesn't really do that much in the final battle. It's mainly Iron Man, and Pepper Potts pushing a button for the arc reactor to explode.
Yeah.
So.
But so I would probably give it a 7.5 out of 10, just because I think I would have expected a little bit more from someone who had quote unquote made everything better, like, than Iron Man. And then Iron Man 2 is actually my favourite. One of my favourites. Whiplash.
Whiplash is really good. It was a really good improvement on the villain.
Yes.
I think that the action scenes are more memorable.
And John's amazing though. How he's like, Iron Man doesn't need a sidekick, and it's a quote from the start of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That made his way. It's just like in how at the end of Iron Man 1, he's like, I am Iron Man.
Yeah, so I think that...
Let me finish.
Yeah, go for it.
At the end of Endgame, when Iron Man literally dies, he says, I am Iron Man.
Which is a reference to the first movie. They said, I am Iron Man before the credits.
Yes. And...
Love it.
And that happens at the end of Infinity War, yeah? No. Endgame.
No. Endgame, that's a reference to the first Iron Man.
And they do that in Iron Man 1, which I think is pretty cool that they always do that. And then Whiplash, he's just my favourite. And I love how his mask opens. I have no idea why, but when he's in that giant suit, I love how his mask goes...
Yeah.
And all the little segments come out.
Yeah, I love that. I think that he's a better villain. I think that this movie is a smidge better than the first one. I give it like I want to say like a letter grade more. So it would be a 7. But I think that more memorable villain, more memorable action. I love the final battle.
I'm just gonna say this quickly.
Yeah.
You know the bit when he has a suitcase, right?
Oh yes, that's amazing scene.
Can I tell you something about that?
Amazing scene.
Tony Stark has truly prepared for everything. Because you can see 2 footholes. He's expected for this, and it flips up. He's expected for this to happen from all sides. Oh, and I love, everybody's like, there's so much, when you look at it closely, everybody's like, there's blurring.
Yeah.
But when I was actually watching it, I could see all the functionalities, and I know how this stuff works, and it was really funny, because everybody was like, oh, there's so, like, it's amazing, but there's a little bit of blurring. But I could see all the bits that I was saying was blurred, I could actually see weren't as blurred as they were saying. And it made sense. Like, you know the bit when he goes, dun, 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 shun? Yeah. That can happen. Because there's 2 little segments that go, like, when he brings it out, they just go open. Yeah, and it's incredible. And it's incredible. Plus there's 2 footholds. You know the foothold that flips it up? Yeah. Well, they're actually, both of the footholes are flipped up. So he's prepared for it to fall on both sides. And he's prepared for it if he's on the other side and needs to put his foot in the other side. Yes. Which I also think is just amazing. I also just love Whiplash's weapon. Yes. Oh, and that end bit when he's like... Yes. With the lasers. Yes. I'm going to give my 2 cents on it, then we need to wrap it up, because obviously stuff is happening behind the scenes. I think that Scarlett Johansson is amazing as Black Widow in this movie. I think that she's such an underrated character in this movie. I think that her fight scene in the hallway is really, really good. Yes, and I love how the choreography. I love how Happy is so confused on what's happening the entire time. And it's... Yes, and I love... And I love the thing. Yes, I love the party scene. I love the party scene's amazing, and I love... That scene's good. War Machine. And I'd probably give this a 9 out of 10, just because it hasn't gotten the rest of the Avengers yet. And I love the rest of the Avengers, so... Yes. Yeah, thank you. So, thank you guys for watching our first episode of the podcast. We are going to do more, but we are going for dinner, so we're going to end it here. Yeah. So, subscribe. There'll be more podcasts on the way. We're going to record a bunch, probably after dinner as well. And tomorrow. So, guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Also, hit the little bell icon to get notified of the future podcast episodes. And we'll see you guys next time. Yes. Out a ton. Smash that like button. Hulk, smash that like button. So we'll see you guys next time. And And little Bruce Banner that bell.
Yes. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.